Welcome to FrameLoss Episode 3. Nah, that sucked.
That sucked. That was fun.
That was
You
terrible.
need to append that to the end of the podcast, so like after it's all over, everything's been, welcome to Frame. That's so.
No, okay, we're just gonna keep it. I am 2 inches. Now we're just keeping it. I'm your host, 2 inches, and with me as always is B Pants.
Yep.
And CJ.
What's up?
Like this, yup.
Yep. I'm here.
Yo.
I feel like shit, but I'm here.
Yo,
Look at
yo,
Mass Effect
yo.
3 is ready to play. Fuck this.
Fuck podcasts.
Yeah, we're not doing podcasts today. I'm going to play Mass Effect.
Alright.
We got a good show tonight. We got your regular news of the week, releases of the week. What else do we got?
Got a Knack review.
The Knack review, we have that.
Your stupid top 5 list that I hate.
We have,
Oh, God, we have such a good top 5 list for you guys.
we have a special top 5 holiday games. This is the holiday season, and we're all in the Christmas spirit.
Ho, 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 ho. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not. I hate the holidays.
You seem Christmassy.
No.
today.
Brandon, that's
It was-
racist.
It was miserable.
I mean, if you hate the holidays, why are you wearing a Santa hat right now?
I just love Santa hats.
Why?
I mean, you're right.
Why do you own a stable of reindeer that you just bought a shed for?
I mean, somebody's got to look after them. How many people do you hear adopting reindeer?
You already got all 9
12.
of them. Yeah, 12. Yeah, I can't see you even know all the reindeer, and I don't.
I don't know if it's actually 12. No, it's not 12. It's an odd number because what's his face is in the front.
Rudolph.
The red one.
That's racist.
Well, just his nose is right.
All right. So what have you guys been playing this week, Kyle?
I've been playing a lot of FIFA, and then I've been playing Starbound, but mostly FIFA.
Nice.
FIFA's really good.
I've been playing Professor Layton in the Miracle Mask on the 3DS.
I've been playing a lot of 3DS games lately.
Yeah, well, they're easy because I just make Kyle drive to work and I play the 3DS. But this whole week I had to drive to work because Kyle's a bum. Made me drive fucking every day. I also have been playing a lot of Marvel Puzzle Quest, which is probably the best free-to-play Bejeweled clone around right now.
Nice.
And I just started Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the Vita.
Now, you said you were playing Professor Layton. Don't you mean you were reading Professor Layton?
Yeah, that's probably a better way to describe it. I'm finishing Professor Layton. It's been started, and it's in the process of not being played. Or not being experienced anymore, I should say.
Nice.
What are you playing?
I've been playing a lot of Starbound, and played some Planetary Annihilation, the beta. Played some Terraria last week. And
I thought you said you were playing Starbound, though.
Yeah.
Well, why are you playing Terraria, though?
Because Terraria was last week. Starbound came out this week.
Oh, okay. Alright. I see.
Yes.
How do you like Starbound compared to Terraria?
I don't think I've put in enough time to really compare it, but what I've played so far, I really like. I have like around 50 hours in Terraria, and I think only around 10 in Starbound. So, it's been good. The developers are constantly like working on it, changing it based on feedback, so
Yeah.
it seems that they're going to be, they're really cool in taking constructive feedback, which is nice to see from a developer.
I remember the night that the beta went live, like, mine was almost unplayable. Like,
Yeah.
it was just crashing nonstop.
Yep.
But that was fixed the next day.
Yeah, they had it was a day 2 patch that fixed a bunch of issues with people's stability. And they're coming out with another patch very soon that addresses a whole bunch of balance issues. They're kind of rebalancing the difficulty levels and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's definitely a very much work in progress. Like, it's probably going to be a completely different game from what it is now to when it actually comes out. But it's cool to be involved in that process if you like that thing.
I forgot a game to list in my games.
Okay.
Also, DJ Hero and DJ Hero 2.
Oh, nice.
I just started getting back into those because I finally remember Kyle had them just sitting in the living room. And I was like, I want to play these. God damn it!
Nice, awesome. So let's move on.
All right, we got the releases of the week. I said it like that because it's the WEAK releases of the week. There's one game coming out. It's coming out on December 10th. It's called Sorcery Saga: Curse of the Great Curry God. It's for the PS Vita. No one cares about this game. We have it because it's literally the only game coming out. It's an RPG. If you like dungeon crawlers, you'll probably like this, but honestly, you're probably hearing about it now for the first time anyway. So,
Wait, so Great Curry God? Is that like curry the food?
Yes. You own...
Are you fucking kidding me? I was like bullshitting that. I was like, this isn't about food.
Yeah, no, it's about food.
The story is you are a curry-aegis girl.
Yeah, okay, let's move on.
Done.
Yep. News of the week. This is not week. This is
regular. W-E-E-K.
Yeah. Okay.
So the Just Cause 2 multiplayer that has been going on for, say, about a little over a year and a half now.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Is finally coming out of beta. The beta test starts December 7th, which is before this podcast airs. It's going to run for the entire week. And after that, there'll be a little bit of final tweaking, and then it'll be made available for everyone on Steam.
Yeah, I think it's really cool because if you look on the Steam page, it's actually listed as DLC for Just Cause 2, and this isn't made by Avalanche. This is made by a completely different developer, a bunch of modders who wanted to make multiplayer. So they must have, gotten in touch with Squeenix and the developers and somehow worked out some sort of deal where they can release it as official DLC.
I'm definitely, cool. You see more and more modders being embraced by these game companies and stuff. And I think this is a big step forward for that.
Wasn't it the guy who made, I forget the name of it, but it was a huge DLC for Skyrim. It wasn't an official one.
Yeah.
He got recently hired by Bungie. Bungie hired him.
Yeah.
He was trying to get a job at Bethesda, but...
He decided he wanted to make games that weren't buggy. So.
Yeah, I mean, he made a mod that worked. So Bethesda didn't want
overqualified.
Overqualified for Bethesda. So back to Just Cause 2. Keys can be grabbed from the Just Cause 2 website, which is jc-mp.com/keys, and you can activate them on Steam like a normal product.
Yep.
So
I'll be getting that when I go home tonight.
And the game's old enough now where it's on every Steam sale for like $2.
Oh yeah, Just Cause.
There's no reason.
I think it's $2 when it's not on sale.
Yeah. There's no reason not to have it, and the multiplayer is so much fun.
Yeah, it's literally just chaos. There are like modes you can play, like you can do like faction wars. You can start a faction and join a faction and like conquer each other's lands, or you can just go nuts.
You
just
can
race down the highway, steal tanks and stuff.
Sorry, I'm angry at Kyle right now. Is why I was making the face that no one could see except for Brandon and Kyle.
Why are you mad?
Well, it has to do with the next piece of news of the week.
We'll move to the next news of the week. Is Peggle 2 Xbox One release date announced. It's going to be December 9th, which is today.
Tomorrow.
No, tomorrow.
It'll be today when the podcast is.
Well, I mean, it's today. We're recording on the 9th.
No, today's the 8th, bro.
What?
Today's the 8th.
Okay, my computer says it's the 9th. Oh, that's Monday. Yeah, okay. My computer's wrong. Clearly, it doesn't know how to connect to the internet.
Thinks it's Monday.
Do its thing.
So apparently, though, even though Peggle 2 for the Xbox One...
It's the 8th now.
Perfect. Even though Peggle 2 for the Xbox One releases tomorrow, it's not a release of the week for some reason.
Yeah, that's
what the hell, Kyle?
Because it's not a box... Releases of the week only cover box games.
Apparently, we're also recording this podcast at 3:30 a.m.
It's pretty late.
Yeah. We get sleepy.
We sleep wrestling.
Oh god, now...
What are you doing?
I don't know, it's freaking out. I changed the time.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, it's okay.
Oh god.
No, my system's not protected now. I don't know what happened.
Folks, this is top quality professionalism right here.
Hey, I mean, I just wanted to fix my date and time. Is it actually 3:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in the PM, not in the AM.
Yeah.
Okay. So Peggle, while most of the game seems to remain the same, there are a bunch of new powers and bumpers now to help keep your ball in play.
I don't like that there's bumpers. I haven't seen how they
Is it like pinball bumpers? Is that what
that's what it...
That was a power up in the lobster gave you the pinball bumpers in the original Peggle.
Yeah, but this
like
they're
bing,
just
bing,
there.
bing, bing. Well, flippers, I guess, is what they're.
This they're just there.
Well, we'll see. You don't know that. You said you haven't seen it.
That's true.
You're just making things up.
And there's no release date for any other console or platform right now. I don't know how long their timed exclusive is, but right now it's only coming out on Xbox One tomorrow.
Hopefully that's the way it's going to stay forever and a day, because Xbox One gets all the good games. Like Peggle 2.
I want Peggle 2 so bad.
Dude, I love Peggle. I couldn't love that series more for the... Like, it is as close to not being a video game as a video game could get. It's like you just fire it. And
it just bounces.
Yeah, just watch. hit the button and watch. It's so much fun, though. If you guys haven't played Peggle for some ungodly reason, you should definitely play it. Because, again, it's the most fun you can have while barely playing something.
Alright, so this next piece of news is pretty sweet.
Oh my god, I'm so stoked on this. EA has submitted a trademark for Desert Strike. So Desert Strike was a 1992 shoot-'em-up game where you played as a helicopter and like just
it was like top down.
yeah. Well, it was like isometric.
Isometric.
Yeah, it was super weird, and it was not like an easy game to play at all or anything.
No,
but it was so awesome.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
I don't even think I ever did any of the missions. I
No,
just
you
flew
just
around
flew
the
around and
map
shot
and
things.
blew stuff up.
Yeah, why would I do a mission?
Yeah.
That is less time for me to shoot things.
It was awesome.
There were the original Desert Strike had the 4 sequels: Jungle Strike, Urban Strike, Soviet Strike, and Nuclear Strike. But a direct sequel to Desert Strike was never made. So you've probably played or at least heard of some of those. I think at least 2 of them were on the PlayStation. But if you haven't heard of or played Desert Strike, you should definitely find a way to go back and try it.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that this is actually something that they're working on because, I mean, there's been a bunch of like trademark submits for companies lately that turned out to be like somebody just submitting a trademark under that company name, and people are just getting all hyped.
Well, it's
like,
actually it's going to be a first-person shooter. It's Battlefield Desert Strike. So.
Did you guys see the was it Survivor 2299 website?
Oh yeah, it was all just like a big fucking hoax.
Yep, exactly. Bethesda was like, "Don't believe anything that we don't announce."
I mean, I wish they would have been like, instead of just kind of shying away from associating themselves with it, why wouldn't they just go on Twitter and be like, "Hey, that Survivor 2299 site is not us."
Yeah,
just fucking just
in
say
the
it.
first place, because now you've got all these fans like super hyped for Fallout 4.
Yeah,
and now they're probably all pissed off at Bethesda when they shouldn't be.
But Bethesda's like, "Oh, we told you not to believe anything we didn't announce." But it's like, yeah, but like you could have told us that this wasn't you. Like, yeah, you could have just said something.
It was really well put together.
Yeah, it was really. I was really hyped for it. I mean, I'm not. I didn't believe it, because, again, I don't believe anything ever, regardless of whether it is or isn't announced. But that's what
you have to have the actual game in your hand.
Yeah, and then I have to open it. If there's no disc inside.
There might be no disc.
You
have to put the disc in the system, too, because you don't have the discs empty.
It could be like that time they pressed the wrong game to the disc.
What was that, Call of Duty? They had Mass Effect 2's second disc in it?
Yep.
You got one of those?
Yeah, I got one of those nice copies.
So, ever since that, it's like, well, I don't believe it till I'm playing it.
Yep. Moving on.
So, Destiny released a ton of new news.
And a release date.
And a release date. And kind of upsetting for anyone who's pre-ordered it, under the assumption that they'd be able to play early 2014. Now
Didn't they announce that the game was coming out early 2014?
Yeah.
I thought that's what they originally announced.
Yeah, originally.
So it's definitely got some sort of like unofficial delay. Because they never gave us
you mean a game for the next-gen console got delayed?
I know, shocking,
That's
right?
what...
I don't understand why they're making it for the 360 and the PS3. That just seems dumb to me.
Yeah,
because
no
one's going to buy a PS4 and an Xbox One.
Nobody? 2.1 million PS4s already sold or something?
Yeah.
I don't know what Xbox's numbers, if they've come out with updated ones since they've launched, but...
That's exactly, nobody.
People are buying them left and right. Anyways.
Regardless, anyone who's been buying the pre-order for Destiny under the assumption that they'd be able to play it in the next couple months, you're not going to be able to now, because now the beta is set for summer 2014, with a release date of September 9th.
I thought it was September 4th.
No, it's the 9th.
Oh, yeah, it's 9/9/14.
Yeah. But besides that, they had a 6-page list of a ton of information. We broke down a bunch of stuff that we thought was decent to talk about. Characters level up along a branching upgrade tree, similar to basically any MMO.
Yeah, it's like a
It's just a tech tree.
Borderlands,
yeah, like that.
Bungie doesn't want to call it an MMO since it's a loaded term. They say Destiny is difficult to describe, but people that like MMOs will enjoy it.
It's difficult to describe when you don't use MMO.
Well,
if you choose to use MMO, it's very easy to describe.
When you say MMO, what do you think of? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Massively multiplayer online games.
World of Warcraft. That's going to be most people's first thought.
That's an MMORPG.
When you think of... No, that's an MMO. You can say World of Warcraft is an MMO. It's a massively multiplayer online game.
Yeah.
When I think of an MMO, I think massive open worlds, freedom to go anywhere you want, Just you go to a zone and there's hundreds, potentially thousands of people there, and I don't think Destiny's going to be like that. So I don't think Destiny rightfully should be called an MMO. I think we do have a problem in the industry where MMO is kind of a term that can mean a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of different people.
I mean, Mag for PS3 was an MMO.
I don't consider Mag an MMO. Because Mag is you go into one match.
FPS.
No, you go into one match, you play that match, you're done. That's not an MMO experience to me. You're not in that match, wandering around, mining shit, and, chatting and doing nothing.
But MMO just means massive multiplayer online.
Yeah,
but
you're talking about an
people,
RPG.
Me specifically, and I'm sure there's other people who probably think this, when you think of MMO, you think of the freedom to just do whatever you want. A game like Mag, yeah, it is massive and it's multiplayer, but it's
and
linear.
online. And it's online. Don't forget that part.
Shut up. I don't know. I just think MMO is too generic of a term that's easily confused as tons of different things.
What would you want it to be called?
I don't know. I don't have a solution.
What would you call Mag?
I would call Mag a first-person shooter. It's an FPS.
But it's only squad-based online stuff. You can't... There's no single-player story
so it's
campaign
an
mode.
online FPS.
But it's massive.
I mean, I don't consider 256 massive compared to other massive games, other MMOs. That's not massive. That's
massive compared to
if you
other
played
FPSs.
WoW with only 256 people on your server, that'd be fucking shitty as shit.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's an RPG compared to an FPS. Take Counter-Strike and compare it to Mag.
I mean, that's a completely different game.
Well, yeah, all games are different games.
Counter-Strike, though, is based on just small squad, Twitch action.
Right, and Mag is based on massive squads.
That's what the M in Mag.
I don't even remember what we're arguing about now.
We're
just talking
MMO.
about Mag.
We're talking about why MMO. We're talking about why Destiny is an MMO.
That's the only reason it was bad. If more people played it, that game was fantastic.
You couldn't even get 256 people. Yeah, if you got everyone playing.
It was 3 servers.
It was disappointing. I liked it a lot.
I never played it. I was just talking shit.
Well, you're part of the problem.
I don't know. I don't think Destiny should be considered an MMO. I don't think just because Destiny is an FPS and WoW is an RPG, that means they should function different as an MMO.
No, MMO should go before the type. Things can be an MMORPG and an MMO FPS and an MMO sports game someday. God, I hope.
What sport would have massive numbers?
I don't care. Any
you
sport.
just have you're playing football and there's just 1,000 people on the field.
Yeah, 100
packed in together.
100 on 100 gameplay for football. Sign me up.
Sounds terrible.
There's 27 footballs. You gotta stop all of them.
You have to get the most touchdowns in one play.
There's people just standing there, just spamming gold.
Just selling touchdowns. Touchdown farmers.
Touchdown farmers, yes. They're just hogging the ball.
Isototers and auction house cheap.
Willing to buy Epic Helmet.
I try it.
Yeah, I play it. I play everything. I'll play anything. I'm the worst. Especially if it's an MMO. I know that they said that they wanted Destiny. Back to Destiny. I know they said they want to keep it there is a story, and it will have an ending to the story and everything, but they're also saying that there's going to be new locations, new storylines, new content, keeping other players coming back, so it's kind of confusing in that aspect, because it's is it going to be an episodic game with episodic content, or is it going to be... Yeah, I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we should just get Telltale on it at that point. God,
Telltale's making everything.
I would play a Telltale FPS so hard. That might be my favorite idea.
I don't know about that. But Telltale, they make good stuff, but...
Well, it's an FPS, but it's also a point and click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can point your cursor.
But you can't move your character, probably. You have to click to
it's an on-rail shooter. It's House of the Dead without Telltale.
Can we just get Pokemon Snap 2? Speaking of on-rail shooters.
I'd play it.
I would play the crap out of it.
You know what I want? While we're completely getting off topic.
Yeah, we're not talking about Destiny?
Yeah, a Pokemon MMO.
Well,
Like,
have you played
Yes.
the fan-made one?
yeah, they suck. I don't want that
No,
shit. I want,
the fan-made
I want
one's
like a
good.
full 3D world.
Yeah.
I want it to be like massive. Like I want it like World of Warcraft size. I want you to go out in the tall grass and you run out there and you
Go out in the tall
Pokemon and shit
grass.
and you throw shit at them. And
The-
it's all real time. It's
Yeah.
not turn based.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
The fan-made one is like good for
Yeah, okay,
like
it's not shit. It's
yeah,
just,
it's like
not what I
if,
want.
if you're
I
not
want, like,
Nintendo,
yeah.
then that's like you did a really good job
Exactly.
considering you have fucking 2 people making this game.
I
I'm sure.
want a super
But I want-
like high quality,
Yeah.
polished 3D. Like I want it to melt my computer MMO.
Oh, well,
Make it look
we'll
CryEngine 3.
We can just mine bitcoins while we're playing it then.
So I guess we should get back to Destiny, maybe
I guess Destiny sucks. So
compared to a Pokemon MMO.
yeah. There's just everything in it is MMO stuff, so it's them being like, well, we don't want to call it an MMO. It's like, well, you know, it may fire bullets and shoot things, but it's not a gun.
So yeah, they're hoping to offer new locations, storyline, and content to keep players coming back. So I assume it's going to be like an evolving game. I guess maybe like World of Warcraft, where you get like huge expansion packs.
Well, they're not called expansion packs, Brandon,
Well, they're probably called DLC. It's just DLC, downloadable content.
that you buy in the
Expansion
store.
pack is a loaded term.
They're just they're premium patches.
That sounds terrible.
Like-
Premium pack.
Yeah.
I can't wait for premium patches.
So class choice is important as each has a defined role. In MMO speak,
Yeah.
this is in other words, in MMO speak, all characters are DPS characters, so damage per second characters, but they can solve different situations differently. Bungie is calling them more of an emotional archetype.
So it's an EMO.
Right.
Well, I wanted to call it.
It's an emo.
It's an emo arc. That's the.
Yeah.
That's the.
It's an
coining
emo
it now.
FPS.
Emo arc is what we're gonna call emotional.
I don't know why I didn't think of this. Like as we go through the news and stuff, I love that class choice is important. Like I want to play the RPG game or like MMO type game where it's like class choice doesn't really matter.
You just do
Just
whatever you
pick
want.
anyone.
Yeah.
We're just gonna randomly assign one. Get in the game, you scamp. So they also.
Kyle, you're supposed to hold on. Can I just say that Kyle's supposed to be talking about this?
I know,
And we
Kyle-
keep talking about it.
Kyle doesn't want to talk
He's
about
just
anything
over there
else.
laughing in the corner.
Just
I mean-
for those not involved in actually being in this studio when we record, it takes us about 30 to 45 minutes to start each episode.
We have to
Because
label
Kyle just
everything,
doesn't want to talk.
who we're going to talk about.
It's like, Kyle, can you intro? And he's in the corner, not facing us. Like,
I mean, remember our intro? We just had to tell.
yeah, well, it sucks.
The
So
best intro we've ever had.
best in the world.
Okay.
Go.
So, Focus is described as a subclass, and the main way a character levels and improves. They don't.
So it's like so you pick a class and your focus is like, so if I was like maybe playing like Borderlands, like the Gunzerker, you pick the Gunzerker as your class,
Yeah.
but then you have the different.
So they're
like,
just
So
using
focus is just a talent trait.
yeah, so they got talent. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
It's
It's not it's an EMO. EMO.
it's both. It's a sharp piece of metal, Kyle, but it's not a knife.
Focuses go from level 1 to 20 with abilities, passive bonuses, grenades, and more unlocking along the way. Why do they add
grenades? Is like a
I hope
level
a
like 18 abilities.
Yeah, you don't learn how to throw a grenade until you level
I
up.
hope
You
grenade.
pick up a grenade, you're like shit. You go to
You
throw
just
it, you
try
just
to, like-
drop it at your foot.
I hope
You eat it
grenades
like an apple.
is a tree. That's your skill tree. It's like you
God.
gotta go. At first, it's like you can throw a grenade 4 feet.
Let's not make jokes like that because we're laughing about it. Meanwhile, Destiny's listening to this like, that's a good idea.
I don't think anybody's listening to this.
No, Destiny listens to all our podcasts. I say Destiny like Destiny's an entity.
Well, yeah,
Bungie
no.
listens-
So yeah, Bungie's like watching our YouTube channel, and they just play it on the speakers throughout the office.
They have Monday meetings. At their Monday meetings, they just listen to this podcast.
That's why we only get one view from them. We don't get like 200.
Right, it's the one.
Yeah, they don't want to give us 200 views.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
They
their
understand.
their office has just monitors everywhere. That anytime, anywhere mentioned on the internet, someone says Destiny, it red flags it and pulls it.
We're gonna get like a really big red flag.
Newsflash!
You said Destiny a fuck ton of times.
Destiny. We're breaking
This
the
is also,
servers.
I think, our least focused episode yet.
Speaking of focus,
Speaking of
it can be
focus,
swapped out at will, much like you could just switch like from shotgun to sniper rifles, which is dumb.
No, I like that.
So
one.
I wonder. So you have like a focus tree,
Yeah.
I wonder if like you can say, okay, in this tree, say if you have 20 talent points, I'm going to put 20 talent points in this tree, and then I also get 20 talent points for all my other trees. Because then it almost seems kind of pointless.
Yeah.
If you can just like be running around like, oh, I'm going to switch to sniper. Oh, now I'm going to switch to like grenade bro or something.
How I hope it works.
Grenade bro.
Is like you start off with like pistols and you level like your pistol talent tree, and then you pick up a sniper rifle and it's like, well, now you're like level 1 sniper. Like you have to earn, like using the sniper rifle earns you those. That's how I hope it works. I'd be fine with that. I like systems like that where you don't lock yourself into one. It's just what you use. You learn that.
Yep.
Well, I think it'll be like Battlefield Medic, and then you can switch to like Sharpshooter. Or that like it doesn't seem like it'll be attached to the weapon as much. It'll just be attached to
that class of
the
weapon.
skills that you're using.
I mean, we can argue about this all we want. We have no idea what the fuck this means. So they say players can pick a different focus profile to change the way the character plays without having to throw the character away from scratch. Which is nice, that I don't have to have like 8 different characters for every.
Well, they also said that you can make multiple.
Yeah, you can make multiple characters,
yeah.
but you can also play it on just one if you want, which is perfect. That's how every game should be.
I don't know when I've played a game where they're like, yeah, once you make these choices, you're done. Like you're locked in.
Well,
I think WoW.
Maybe WoW if you pick like Alliance or Horde.
If you pick Hunter, you can't just be like, okay, well now I want this exact character.
Right, that's a class, though. That's
a
class. That's not a focus.
That's
not a specialization.
I would really love a game where I can just be like one character.
Well, the classes...
You can build my Paladin, you can build my Hunter.
They have that. It's called Final Fantasy 14, dog.
That's true, they do.
I think
so that's so long since I played it.
Right?
I think that's what the focus is, though, because the class, they said, is just appearance. Like, the class does nothing. Like, your class choice, like Guardian, that's just a, like...
That's true, they didn't
appearance. The focus is what your
so it's like a draw class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, classes are dumb, then, and Destiny, and they are stupid and shouldn't be there.
Wow. You're angry about that.
Yeah. It'd be like, yeah, we have these classes.
Well, maybe class is the wrong term, because we're calling it class, but they might not.
No, they call it a class.
No, they call it focus.
No.
They call it the Guardian. The Guardian Brony.
Yeah.
Are classes.
Yeah. Is it a class?
That's what
we deleted it from
emotional.
This. So
they call it less of a class and more of an emotional archetype.
Oh yeah, it's an emo arc.
Yeah.
So you pick your emo, and then you pick your focus.
Which is, this game sucks. Xbox wins.
It's coming out on Xbox.
I know.
Okay. We have this super awkward.
Who wants to take the next one?
I mean, you still have more to talk about.
This is your talking points.
Players also have a unique personal spaceship that is used to warp between planets. It can be seen floating in orbit with those flying to other players before co-op.
It sounds so generic.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of people from what I've seen, the servers are going to be really large. Like there's.
Well, they said it. No, we have something here that says like there aren't.
Are they going to be massive?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
They all players are together in one world instead of spread out across different servers like MMOs.
Right. So I'm picturing at least 300 people. Like.
Just 300 ships
in orbit. Yeah,
it's just a traffic jam.
There's actual parking lanes where, like, you see the lane and you got to pull in.
You're like, I'm gonna go do this dungeon, and you like go in here. Oh, can't find a parking space.
From what it sounds like, that's what it's gonna look like.
I bet it's only gonna show the ships that of the players you're playing with. So if you're in like a 3-player co-op group, you'll see your 3 ships.
Well, but there's an element of showing off involved with 2 ships.
Yeah, you want to show it off to your jabrones that you're playing with.
No, but I want to show it off to people that I'm not playing with.
Yeah.
So I can be like, I'm so
You're
much
not
better
gonna be able
than
to
you.
see it in the 300 parking lots of ships, though.
It's just gonna be honking and
space horns.
Space horns.
Does sound travel in space? This is an unrelated joke to something.
Yeah, Brandon doesn't actually need to know the answer to that, just for our listeners. All 2 people at Bungie.
So Bungie has implemented a system that does matchmaking in the background to make it get in and out of like solo and co-op play. That sounds weird. Like the whole game is match made.
What that says to me is that you're gonna be like, okay, I want to do this co-op stuff, let me invite Kyle. And I won't be able to invite you because the whole game will be match-made already. So I just have to play with whoever it picks for me.
I mean, yeah, hopefully it actually... I hate games where, like, you want to invite people to your party, and it starts, like, filling people in. You're like, no, get out of here! I want to invite people!
Yeah, go away!
But the lobby just fills up, and you're like, fuck.
Get out of here!
Well,
Like,
the next one is what
Seven?
the next one is what throws that off. Some areas are designed so that 3 people can go in and play without being interrupted by other groups. What are the other areas? Like,
Well, the other areas are big public areas.
This whole thing is just... It couldn't be more of an MMO. So some areas are instanced for your group, and some areas...
Okay, so those are dungeons.
It's not an
The
MMO.
3 public areas are dungeons. And then the other areas, the public areas, where the difficulty is scaled to the amount of
Oh
players.
my god.
Those are like, that's like the Barons.
Yeah,
But I don't want to
Not
get
the Barons.
Oh, Baron's chat. God. Destiny is going to be the best MMO that comes out in 2014. That's my announcement. Unless we're counting Warlords of
predictions right now.
Unless we're counting Warlords of Draenor as an MMO to come out.
I mean, I think we are. Why wouldn't we?
Well, because it's really just an expansion for WoW.
Yeah, but every WoW expansion pack is basically...
It's not a premium expansion.
It's not a premium patch.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, it's premium. You have to buy it.
yeah, but it's not a patch. It's an expansion.
I mean, it is kind of a patch.
Well, all patches.
The
are
disc
patches.
is pointless. You just tell the updater to install. And it's
true.
like, okay.
God, I don't think I bought a single Warcraft game on disc.
But I have the...
You have all
there
of
we go.
them,
I have the
yeah.
Cataclysm down there.
I think you have
I think I have...
you have Lich King somewhere too,
I
right?
got Mists and Lich King somewhere. over
Yeah,
there.
Mist is right there.
Oh, I have them all. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
there you go.
Original, Burning Crusade, Lich. I've got Pandas somewhere.
You have original twice.
Yeah, because I bought one for Amanda. I think I have these 2 twice as well.
Pandas is up top. I like how now everyone
Yeah,
knows
it's
where your
like-
games are on your shelf. Like, it's good
Yeah.
for the listeners.
Yeah, I mean,
Pandas is up top.
They're directly behind me. If I spin, they're right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's Pandas, and right next to Diablo. The
Well,
pointless
now-
box that just stays
I
there.
mean, it's
pretty.
just an inside look at FrameLoss, like, or
Or Studio.
yeah.
These are my favorite, my Mass Effect art books.
I do like those.
They're
I
beautiful.
like.
Just elevator.
We have a ton of gaming stuff in. The
I'm
studio.
sure there's elevator concept art in here somewhere.
There's gotta be.
I mean, that'd be hilarious if I opened right to the page.
It's a whole chapter.
All right, anything else on Destiny?
It's not an MMO.
I don't like the term MMO.
It's gonna fucking blow.
No, you're supposed to say it's an MMO. It's not an MMO. I don't like MMOs.
It is, but I mean, it is an MMO. It's clearly.
It's
I hate
gonna
everything.
be-
I'm writing the
I
meanest
think you're
letter.
right. Is it's going to be the best MMO of 2014?
We'll see.
I'm writing the angriest letter.
Okay, so VGX was yesterday.
Yeah.
Make sure I have my dates right. VGX was yesterday. The terrible...
You thought it was terrible.
It was terrible.
I loved it.
Please, you go watch it. Because you said
I saw like 10 minutes of it.
I like
it's
Joel
cringeworthy.
McHale.
It's terrible. It's worthless.
If you hate
It's
Joel
garbage.
McHale.
I mean,
No, the whole thing is crap.
video game awards are garbage because
Yes.
there's 9 billion of them, so at least they embrace the garbage spirit.
And, like, the ones they nominate are, like, stupid. It's just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Well,
like,
to
I know that's gonna win. I know that's gonna win. Like,
To be fair, the
Ridiculous.
show last night felt less about the awards at all and more about just talking with developers, which
which was super awkward because all they did was say, "When's your game releasing?" Here's another dumb question that means nothing. How much do you make?
well,
How much you make?
I want to know when games are coming out. That's
Yeah, but
important.
they're not gonna give you those.
but I think like 3 people did,
Yeah.
Yeah, because they already planned to.
and they stood out as like we're awesome.
They didn't give out the release date because they was like, "Oh, you asked, so now I have to tell you." No, because they already planned on giving them the release date.
Yeah, but you have to ask. You can't not ask. That makes you look dumb.
Yeah, but then he would ask,
I'm
and he would
asking
ask
everybody.
again, and he would ask again.
That's
That's
because he
fucking
wants to know, Brandon. He
That's
asks
all
the
of you
hard
in
hitting
packs.
questions.
It's just asking when's
It's
your release
garbage.
date.
The whole thing was garbage. I like barely paid attention to it because it was garbage. They had fucking PewDiePie on it. Okay, how
Okay,
much
that-
more garbage can you get?
Yeah, no, that was dumb.
I will admit that the viral stuff they did with Smoosh, Mega64, and PewDiePie, they
And
could've-
not,
that-
and not
that could've-
frame loss.
They could have
Spike.
thrown that away. Throw the viral stuff out. It's not important. Everything else.
No,
Kyle, don't say
Is
that.
okay, you know what they need is they need no hosts. They just fucking they just show the video game, show its award, show the fucking trailer you're gonna show. Let the developers talk about their fucking game without annoying ass hosts. Repeat until you're done.
I like
That's
Joel
it.
McHale. So
Yeah, I'm a big Joel McHale fan. You're never going to get me to say that Joel McHale shouldn't be involved in something.
I mean, it was garbage.
It was
the whole thing was
the
shit.
best.
You didn't even watch it.
That
I watched
said,
like 10 minutes
That
of it.
said, announcements.
let's They announced, I think, 13 games. I don't think I wrote down all 13 because some of them weren't really like announcements.
Yeah, they were like stupid stuff.
But they announced a lot of games. We took notes on them, and we're just going to go down the list as they appeared on the show.
Yep. So the first one was Telltale. They announced they're making Tales from... Is it called Tales from the Borderlands?
Yeah.
Okay. So Tales from the Borderlands. It's an episodic game set in the Borderlands universe. Gameplay is, of course, like all other Telltale games, so point and click.
That's it.
I
nailed it. Point and click.
At first, when they first showed the trailer for it,
I have to watch the trailer. I haven't watched it yet.
when they first showed it, I was like, I hate, because I don't like Borderlands.
I know, because you're stupid.
But this game I'll actually play because I like Telltale games, and they can write a story, whereas the Borderlands team can't.
I mean, if you were playing Borderlands for the story, you were playing it wrong. I'm just going to say that.
Right.
That's a game you play for the loot.
Well, now,
Sure.
I mean, even the loot
Yep.
system was
Diablo.
bad. But I thought
How's the loot system bad?
you have 4 different guns, and each one's just...
4 different guns. You hear that?
Well, four different styles of guns.
No shit, you got a fucking sniper rifle, a fucking shotgun, a fucking pistol, and a rocket launcher. What the fuck else do you want?
God, WoW has maces and one-handed weapons and
all their
two-handed
weapons
weapons.
are
Yeah.
shit.
They all
Their
look
loot
different,
sucks.
though, for the most part. They all look different.
You're
Borderlands
okay.
just-
Kyle's an idiot.
Yeah,
Is
this is dumb.
you're dumb. Your opinions are
We
dumb.
hate you, Kyle.
I don't like Borderlands.
Next piece of news: Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. That was announced for the Xbox One and the PS4. It's gonna be just Tomb Raider updated for the new consoles and stuff. And when I say Tomb Raider updated for the new consoles, I mean like literally, it's Tomb Raider.
The
And
last
then
one that came out.
Updating it, yeah, they're updating it for the next consoles.
I mean, I'm actually kind of excited for this, because I haven't played Tomb Raider yet, so I'll probably end up getting it on the PS4 now.
Oh,
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think first of all, the Tomb Raider game was an awesome game. So if you guys haven't played it yet and you have one of these next gen systems, definitely wait and get it on these next gen systems. That said, I don't think it's anything worth getting excited about if you have played it. If you're a fan of the series, because nothing's new other than the graphics.
Physics.
Yeah, it's all the physics and graphics are going to be new. That's it though.
I wonder if it's going to come out at full price. That's what I want to know. They didn't say anything about price.
I would assume so.
That would kind of suck.
Yeah, that's why Kyle assumes so. I'm sure because it will kind of suck.
Yeah, that is.
I assume it's going to be full price because from what they said, they put a lot of work in like redoing all the textures and
They've been
physics.
working on it for like a year or so. 3 different development bros.
Well, it sounds like they're all bad at their job.
And it sounds like probably they had a small team at Crystal Dynamics working on it.
Yeah.
And called in help because the other part of Crystal Dynamics, I'm assuming, is working on the next Tomb Raider.
Yeah, doing
the
real
actual
work.
next Tomb Raider.
Doing actual things.
I will say when they first showed the trailer for it, I don't know if it was just my stream, but I thought it was a PS Vita version of Tomb Raider because it looked really bad. Like it looked super jaggy, but I think that could have been my stream.
Probably. I think so.
I was convinced it was the Vita version, and when they said next gen, I was like, this looks bad. So then Reggie came out, and they introduced
God, I love Reggie.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze.
I love every Donkey Kong game ever.
Which, first they were mad because a screenshot got leaked before the announcement. So they were...
No Donkey Kong!
So Reggie was cranky about that. And speaking of cranky, Cranky Kong is the new playable character in this series.
Good.
That whole part
about time.
was so awkward. I hated that whole interview.
That,
It was so bad. The developer guy was like, he looked so nervous.
he
to
looked
be
like
there.
a Bond villain. The developer looked like he was just like, I'm here to kill James, and I don't know what this guy's doing, but he likes Metroid. Just kind of pin.
Did you guys ever play that Donkey Kong game on the DS that was like about swinging around?
Nope.
Oh god, it was so good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's like super rare now. Like, you can't find it anywhere.
is it? I don't even know if it was on the DS now that I think about it. It might have been on the Game Boy Advance.
I think it was on the DS.
I don't know. All I know is all I know is that it was. I love all the Donkey Kong games, and I love the fact that
I
it's
love
like
the Donkey Kong Country games.
no, all of them are great because it's Nintendo's. Like they're like we're just gonna we have a dumb idea. We're gonna try it with Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, probably one of my favorite games of all time. Jungle Beat was amazing. Donkey Konga was amazing.
That sounds terrible.
It's all of them.
I
It
never
came
played-
with big barrels.
I know.
Oh,
because they happen at GameStop all the time, and I was like, what am I going to do with these fucking barrels?
And you had to clap. There were clap parts. So you
Yeah.
clapped. It was. I love it. I love every Donkey Kong game.
I can see you sitting on your bed, like pretzel style, with the bongos in your lap.
My bed? No, I was like 6 inches from the TV, like cross-legged with the bongos in the middle. Like, it was the best game
Kong
ever.
Go was legit.
Yeah.
So Cranky Kong plays what seemed like similar to Scrooge McDuck in DuckTales. Like he has the cane and he like puts it between his legs and does the cane bounce.
Like a pogo stick.
Like a pogo stick.
God, I can't wait.
Cranky Kong can like go places that other characters can't. Like he can kill things on spikes that normal like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong can't like kill because they're spiky.
He just bounces on the spikes. And
Yeah,
shit.
he just bounces on him with his cane, and that I guess makes him.
Is this now?
sad.
This is for the Wii U.
This is for the Wii U.
Yet another awesome game for the Wii U.
The co-op
So
looked.
now, if anybody will buy the system.
No,
Yeah.
still not gonna happen.
The co-op looked really good. All the characters now have Kong Pao. That was Reggie. It's
fucking love
you
this
fill
game.
up a meter, and then like both characters like they zoom in on the screen and they fist bump.
They do a
and,
fist bump.
and all the enemies on screen die. And depending on who you're Kong Pao fist bumping, the enemies turn into either coins or hearts or
Bananas?
balloons.
Do they ever turn
No,
into
because the bananas is what fills up the meter.
Oh, okay.
That'd be OP, bro.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And then Reggie was nice enough to give everyone a release date of February 21st.
Awesome. I wish someone would release a video game on like leap year, like on the 29th. It's like, wait, that's not to. Oh.
That'd be awesome. So the next bit of news is Quantum Break, which is an Xbox One exclusive. They were there. Remedy, I think Remedy makes it, right? Yeah, Remedy was there to show off some. I think it was a new trailer that had some gameplay in it. They said it's going to be more of an action game. So they showed like a cover mechanic and a guy running around. You're going to have time powers. There really wasn't a lot shown, though, I felt. Like, the stuff, they showed stuff from the trailer that was already announced, and they had some actual gameplay there, which was just like a guy running behind a crate, and then, like, running out from the crate, and, like, that's it.
From what they said, like, they're not even remotely, like, ready for this game to be released. Like,
Yeah,
it seemed like they were still in the super early
It's probably going to be, like,
stages.
2015.
Yeah.
So.
This game seems very far away.
It looks like it could be really cool, though.
Yeah, it looks neat. Remedy also announced Agents of Storm, which is an iOS game. Basically, what they showed is like you build a base, and then that allows you to build like boats and other ships, and then you battle. It's a reverse tower defense.
So
like
instead of building the towers, you're building the stuff to attack.
Yeah, you're building the stuff to take them down. Like you pick what lanes each of the ships go in, and then they manually go down. I think you can pick attacks and stuff that they do.
I'd be excited for it if it was on Android. But no, iOS, which sucks.
I mean, I don't know if they are not doing an Android one. They just showed the iOS, like...
I mean, iOS is good, so I'm not.
I mean, iOS is good. I'm not saying iOS is bad, but it's like developers just constantly ignore half the market.
It looked really good for an iOS game. Like, the graphics when they showed it, like,
it does.
Really
it looks
nice.
awesome. And I really hope it does come to Android, because I'd love to play it on my Nexus.
The problem with developing for Android is just, like, I agree that it sucks. It's just because it's so fragmented that it's like, oh, we're going to put this out, and 90% of things probably won't support it, and we're going to get ripped for that. So we're just not going to bother.
I mean...
It definitely sucks.
The store handles that, though. The store knows what device you have, so it can say, like, this game will work on your device.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. Like, people buying it and it not working. They're just going to get ripped because it won't be supported on... Because I'm sure they'll put it up for KitKat or whatever the latest one is, and that's like a ton of devices right now can't even get that. So
it just sucks.
Oh, it definitely sucks.
Yep, and that comes out early 2014.
All right, so the next bit was Broken Age, which was there, and I'm totally blanking the name of the development studio.
It's Tim Schafer.
Yeah, it's Tim Schafer.
Double
Fine. Yes.
Is this the game that got crowdfunded?
Crowdfunded, the highest crowdfunded game on Kickstarter with 3.4 million, I think it was. So it's like a point-and-click adventure, I believe.
Yeah.
The art looked fantastic. It looked really, really cool. There's two characters you can switch between at any time. Elijah Wood plays Shay, which is one of two of the main characters. And they also showed Jack Black. Well, they didn't show Jack Black.
They showed his character.
Yeah, a character voiced by Jack Black.
So clearly all the money that was crowdfunded went towards voice
actually,
acting.
each one of them, came to them and was like we want to be... Elijah Wood tweeted to Double Fine and was just like, I want to be a part of this. You made some of my favorite games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's super easy for them to go and tweet back, I want to be a part of this. It's like, cool, I would love for you to be a part of this. It's like, good, okay, I'm glad we both agree I should be in it. Here's my contract fee.
Yeah,
I mean, they have the money. They crowdfunded. They asked for, what was it, $400,000? They made $3.5 million. So yeah, if they can get better voice actors for a point-and-click adventure, which focuses on story, which is going to be sold by the actors, fucking go for it.
There's a dig, I haven't really found it in my brain yet, but there's a dig in here somewhere about Starbound, Starforge,
Star Citizen.
So, yeah, there's a dig in here somewhere to Star Citizen. I don't know where the insult is yet. I haven't found it, but
I don't know where you're finding a dig.
Well, because
it's
because they asked for 400,000, they got 3.4 million, and they're coming out with this sweet game with all the voice acting and everything. And then Star Citizen asked her how much, got millions of dollars, was like, everyone that plays on consoles can blow me.
I mean, I don't know how that's related at all.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
I said I hadn't found it yet, Brandon.
There is no
I
dig.
said I hadn't found the dig yet.
Citizen was always a PC game.
No, it has nothing. It's added. I hadn't found it.
I hadn't found it.
Brandon, this is you asking me for a release date on a dig. I don't have the release date yet.
That's because it just got delayed indefinitely.
No, not
They're not working on it anymore.
I don't have the answer.
It's canceled.
You're the VGX of this podcast.
It's a future release.
Yeah. It's in there somewhere. 3 episodes from now, I'm going to have it.
Anyways, not even considering that Star Citizen is going to be the greatest game ever, Broken Age does look really awesome.
I am excited.
They said January 2014 for the first half of the game.
I'm not excited about that.
See, I don't know what that means, because does that mean you get one character? Because right now, the game is 2 games, where you play as 2 characters who, they're dealing with, similar things, so it's just their, way of dealing with it, in their world. Because one's from, super, kind of fantasy, and the other's, sci-fi future.
Yeah, I haven't been following it enough to really give any opinion on how I think it's going to work, but either way.
I'm super excited.
Oh yeah, I'm probably going to
I love point-and-click games, so this is right up my alley. Double Fine Games is awesome.
Yeah. High production values. They make really good games.
I hate episodic content, though.
Yeah,
so
I
much.
do too, so I'm not going to buy it when the first episode
the
comes
worst.
out. I'll wait till it's all
It's
out.
can you just finish the game? Just sell the game when it's done?
No. They only made $3.4 million.
Yeah,
CJ.
yeah.
What do you think? They can just not release half a game?
Yeah. If I wanted that, I should have crowdfunded $5 million.
That's just 3 sentences from Elijah Wood.
They need to use the money. They need to use the
pocket.
money they earn from the first half to fund the second half.
Yeah. So next they showed The Division. They didn't really show any gameplay or any new footage. They just
Nope, it was all the same. It looked like it wasn't the same footage they showed, but it was in that same area with the police station and the.
It was more on the engine, and so it's called the Snowdrop engine, and it was made specifically for The Division. They're saying it's the true next-gen engine.
Buzzwords.
Yeah, right?
Which, well, part of me is just that's...
Suck it, EA.
Part of me feels like that's kind of, full of themselves, but at the same time...
Oh, of course.
I don't know, what next-gen engine looks better than it right now. Because the stuff that I've seen
the stuff they did show, yeah.
Amazing.
The true next-gen engine hasn't been developed yet.
Well, it's because Snowdrop's not out yet.
No, I said developed, not released.
Oh, well, no, it's developed. It's right there. It says it right there.
I mean, look at that. Look at those quotes, dude. That looks official.
It was official. It said it in the trailer. It said... I didn't make that line up. That was in there.
I want to know if on the PS3, if the true next-gen engine was in one of the first 10 games that came out for it. Because something tells me.
The day and night cycle looked really good.
It did.
The surface destruction looked really good. The dynamic material shaders, that's what sold me.
Really
when
impressive.
It showed the nighttime into daytime, and at nighttime there was snow covering everything.
Yeah, snow
and then
would build up.
When it faded into daytime, the time lapse, you saw the snow
gradually
melt and then
turn into water.
Yeah,
and
the
I thought
glossy.
they had that in Assassin's Creed 3. When you were running around in the snow.
I've never played Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay. I thought they had
I mean, it's...
Because it was
Ubisoft,
Boston in the winter.
so-
Yeah, I feel like they had No, I mean, obviously, it was way better. I saw videos of it. It was way better in this because it's much more powerful. But I could have sworn they had stuff with like snow melting and shit and things in Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought the Assassin's Creed 3 one, it wasn't like in real time. Like this seems to be in real time.
Maybe. I mean, also Assassin's Creed 3 was Boston in the winter, so snow never melts.
That's true.
Yep.
After that, we got to a sweet announcement. Game of Thrones has another new video game coming out. The last Game of Thrones game sucked so bad. This one, don't bother. No one should bother playing that game. It's the worst. This one, though, will be developed by Telltale Games, so it's probably going to be another point-and-click adventure, which, as I have already said, I love. And then that was it. That was all the announcements for that game. That was all you get to know. Game of Thrones by Telltale, coming eventually.
The whole interview for that was just like, can you tell us about the game? Nope. Well, tell us about this. We can't yet.
It's like we really got to announce this. And someone in the room was like, "Why? We don't have anything done." And they're like, "You're fired." Like,
there was literally a point where I think Joel asked, like, "Well, have you thought about doing this?" And they were like, "Yeah, like we're just starting now to like get down." So they have nothing on this game.
They're like, "Well, we're just starting to
it's like
think
they just
about
got the contract yesterday. And
Yeah.
Like, oh man, we're announcing one game there. We might as well do two.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I thought I read about this like weeks ago. That they were doing, like, there was rumor that they were doing this. Like, maybe last night was just the official announcement. But
Yeah. The official announcement that eventually there will be an announcement about that game.
So the next game, super hype.
Next game stole the show for me.
Pretty awesome. It's called No Man's Sky. And it's made by Hello Games, who are the maker of Joe Danger. They made Joe Danger. And this is a 4-man development studio, apparently. So it's an exploration game of massive size, first person with ship combat, world combat, all playing in the same universe. The trailer starts out with like his guys underwater, the sharks and like fish swimming around, and he goes up onto land and he gets in his spaceship and he just takes off into space and there's like a battle raging up there.
Now when you're in the spaceship, do you have to fight the space battles from the cockpit? Like first person from the cockpit?
Yeah.
All from the cockpit.
That sounds awful.
Well,
how big are the ships? How big are the ships?
I mean, it's like it looked like it almost reminded me of an X-wing. That's the way the ship was.
All right. See, I was picturing like a Krellian cruiser, or something like a pretty. I was imagining a big ship.
They showed giant ships. They didn't show users being in those ships. Yeah. They showed huge ships up there.
Yeah.
I don't know if users will be able to pilot those.
I hope they make you fight battles from the like first person view of inside piloting the ship in these like massive battleships.
I would love that.
You can't see anything. It's like good luck.
I would love that if they did it right with the UI and had like correct like navigation and shit like that.
That would be pretty much impossible. I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason that you need like 20 to 30 people in the bridge of a ship to do that in real life because you can't keep track of enough things.
I want to talk about something right now, but I know you're just going to flip out.
Probably, but
Star Citizen.
Fuck Star Citizen!
You can pilot massive carriers,
right?
And it's all first person. You can pull out to third person, but you have no controls in third person.
No, but they expect you to have other people doing stuff on your ship.
Yeah, exactly. This is also a multiplayer game, so
maybe they'll do that.
Yeah, maybe they'll do that.
That would be awesome. I would love like full giant
co-op,
ship battles.
Like trying to
that would be sick.
The beginning of this trailer was just jaw-dropping to me, like just because you didn't know what the game was, and like he gets out of the water and like he's looking at trees and stuff. You look up in the sky and you see ships fly overhead, and then when it panned to his ship and then he got in and took off,
it was like a direct transfer to space.
Yeah, no loads or anything.
They said anything you can see, you can go there. Every star is possibly has planets orbiting it, and you can go there. Any mountain you see, you can walk there.
I believe the mountain thing. I don't know about the stars. Stars.
That's what they said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
No, I mean you could say anything you want. I don't think you're gonna. I don't think it's gonna be able to. I don't know how you would disprove that. Like, I'm gonna go to every star in this game. Like, okay, good luck. Talk to you in 20 years. Like,
the other scene where they were on the desert planet and those giant like sand snake things were going by. It's like, you could probably shoot that, but I don't know what.
Like, well, I wouldn't. You can. That seems like a bad idea, though.
Get in your spaceship and shoot it. You can outrun it.
Well, I used to bullseye womp rats in my T18.
We don't really have much information on it, but you should check out the trailer because it's definitely
it's the most impressive thing I've seen for a 4-man team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially coming from a Trials like Evolution clone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the release date's gonna be like 2030. Like, we're 4 people. We're gonna take like 20 years to make this.
And then he said all that footage that he showed, that was his gameplay footage.
Yeah.
Like, that was him just cutting footage of him
Didn't
playing.
they say
and
it was
making
like
the trailer.
procedurally generated?
Yeah.
Like, and so I think like planets and stuff are going to be generated. So.
It's just a Minecraft clone then.
They're silent because you're an idiot. Alright, Kyler.
So next they showed Dying Light, 1080p on PS4. That was like the first thing they said. I was like, that's kind of dumb. Don't say that.
It's gameless.
I mean, at this point, we should be at 1080p on everything.
We should be. I agree.
This game is... I'm giving a thumbs down for those of us
This
that
game
can't see.
looks...
It looks good.
So
Okay,
tired.
I'm just
So
gonna-
tired of zombies.
I'm just going to skip most of my bullet points and just go straight to looks like a better Dead Island. And that's because it's made by the Dead Island team. So it looks like they have a graphical update, but you're still
Well,
playing
it looks
Dead
like they
Island.
had time to actually make the game this time.
I mean, they should have had time in the first game and then even the sequel.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
It looks
like it'll be
cool.
It looks fun.
good. Have they said anything about multiplayer? Do you know?
They didn't really show anything on multiplayer.
Well, I just didn't know if they had announced anything
No.
originally. 'Cause that's make or break for me.
The drop kicking of the zombies that they showed looked just silly and dumb. The parkour over zombies, like there were two zombies running at him, and he like mirror edged his way like over their heads
Yeah.
onto a roof. I was like, that's dumb.
I also don't like
I
the
think that's
day-night...
pretty cool.
The day and night, like... Oh, daytime, like, you're gonna be a boss, and then...
I think
nighttime,
that's
I like
zombies.
that.
That gives like
I hate the...
that makes it so you have to kind of try to find a safe place
Yeah.
at night and be
I-
very careful at night. Where in the day you can just go fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I just don't like the... Well, first of all, that seems like... Okay, nighttime's here, go in this corner and don't move. Like, just wait till day.
Maybe.
But I think
Well,
part of
that's
it...
if you're a baby.
I mean,
I think
okay.
I think part of it is I think it's going to be like there are day parts of levels and night parts of levels, and it's not like a constant like it's not
Yeah,
going
open
through
world?
day and night. No, see, I think it's open world like Dead Island was open world where it's
Well,
Yeah, there were sections.
maybe. Yeah.
and I think it's like
I'm so sick of that. I fucking.
it'll be like things will trigger day and night. It won't be just like you can wait it out.
Yeah.
But I don't like the ideas that zombies are stronger at night. I think that's a dumb trope.
The one thing I did like was the X-ray. Like if you break like a
Oh,
zombie's
yeah.
arm, like it
Yeah,
shows
that was
like
cool.
like a Fight Club X-ray.
That's like right out of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of annoying though because he like broke one zombie's arm and then he got back up and he was using his arm like flailing around just fine. Whereas it should have just been like hanging.
Well, I mean, zombies don't feel pain.
yeah, they don't feel pain, but if the bone's broken, it should have just.
he
been,
should have like helicoptered
pain.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that seems
So
more
it
dangerous.
seems like it's just like a visual thing. Like, oh yeah, you broke that, but that's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
well,
Which
that sucks.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Take note, Dead Island.
And
I mean,
it's,
they did say if you like cut off his legs, he would still like try to crawl
Yeah.
after you.
It's
But you have to cut him off
See,
completely.
maybe I'm just spoiled. This is all stuff I expect at this point. With the kind of like technology and stuff that
With
we
the
have.
competition that the zombie field has.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like do it. Like don't tell me about it. Like I should be excited. Here's a cookie. Of course they should chase me. They're
And
dead.
then it's a 2014 release date, and it's coming out on everything, like old gen, next gen, and PC.
Alright, so they had a Witcher trailer. It looks good. I didn't see it.
All they showed was a like cinematic. There's like really no gameplay in it. It was just cinematic.
The Witcher 2 was really good. The Witcher 1 sucked.
I
so-
could not get it. I tried so hard to get
I
through
like The
Witcher
Witcher.
1.
No, the
And I
Witcher 1
just couldn't
sucked.
do it. I really have to try to get through Witcher 2, though.
Witcher 2's good. I mean, I mostly don't like the franchise, but still good. The game looked
Is
good.
there a
I'll try
reason you
Witcher
don't
3.
like the franchise?
Not innovative. It's not. I mean, the only thing about it that is original in any way is the story. So
See, I think it's a better Dragon Age.
I mean, that's because you don't like BioWare.
That is
I
true.
like BioWare. I like.
Now you like BioWare.
I like the
Flip-flop.
original. I like the original, like Kotar. And
He's gonna be nostalgic. It's
Yeah.
okay, just let him be nostalgic.
I
He
don't-
doesn't like anything new.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't like.
In 20 years, he'll like Dragon Age.
Yeah. He's like, Mass Effect is the best 20 years from now.
They really captured the feel of being in an elevator.
Yeah, they did. So then they showed Titanfall, which that was everyone's big like, oh my god.
I hope it comes with a controller like Steel
Okay.
Battalion did.
I'm just not excited for Titanfall anymore.
I mean, I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna get it on PC, but so they showed the new Ogre Titan, which is a heavy like tank mech. Then they showed the new Strider Titan, which is an agile like It has little dash commands.
I think it's named after Strider Hero.
Maybe. The game is done. They said that.
Yeah.
Right now, like, they're content locked. That's a new buzzword I learned on the award show, which means that they're done. Now they're just balancing and tweaking stuff before release. No word on beta. They did say no Connect functionality, which I love.
No, I want to be able to, like, yell things at my Titan and have it do it. I'm serious.
I love the idea that games are just like, yeah, I don't want to use it. Like,
yeah,
it's not going to offer anything to this game.
I feel like if I had a giant mech suit in the future, I would be able to be like issue voice commands, and that would work.
Well, this isn't the future.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
I mean, it's certainly not the present. So,
and that has a release date of March 11th.
That's my birthday. It's my birthday, y'all. Everyone get me Titanfall for my birthday.
You're just getting all like 20 copies of Titanfall.
Yeah, all FrameLoss listeners get me Titanfall for my birthday.
You're only gonna get one then.
Yeah, but from Bungie.
And
Awesome.
that comes out on Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PC.
Xbox Microsoft exclusive.
It's only multiplayer, right? I think they said it's only multiplayer.
No. What did they...
No, Kyle would love it if it was only PvP. That would be Kyle's favorite game.
That's why I'm not getting it, because I'm pretty sure it's only multiplayer.
No, there is story, like, campaign stuff, I know, because they talked a lot about that.
I just need it.
They talk a lot about it.
I don't know.
I need it to have a controller that's like 2 times the size of the Steel Battalion controller. I need it to be...
You want to walk in?
I was saying, it needs to be like a cockpit that I have to sit in. I need to flip like 20 to 30 switches to turn my Titan on.
Because they talked about how players who...
Bots only. Titanfall. Respawn talks bots only.
But it has like story, like campaign missions with bots.
Okay, but it's gonna be multiplayer, but with bots. Is basically
that's what single player is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like Perfect Dark.
So yeah, I'm not excited.
Well, I mean, Perfect Dark ruled. So Perfect Dark 2 Titanfall.
I'm not like jazzed about it. I don't think it's gonna be like the end all be all of FPSs. I think it's gonna be very like some people are gonna dig it and others are gonna hate it. Like I don't think there's gonna be it's a fun game.
Yeah, I mean maybe I'll try. I don't know. I'm just not like super.
I don't like the idea of mechs in my FPS, but
you got mechs in my FPS. You got FPS in my mechs.
But I'm gonna.
Kyle just wants floating guns in his FPS. He doesn't even like humans in his FPSs.
He looked down and saw the feet the other day.
He just wants to block.
Out.
Yeah, he just wants to block with a gun. That goes really fast too. You have to go really fast and be able to wall jump.
He wants those like robots that are like mini segways that just scoot around offices with guns taped to them.
Yes.
Just squares with rocket launchers, rail guns.
I think they have that game.
Okay.
All right,
it's time.
Drum roll. That was too loud.
I don't think it came out really loud.
Yeah.
This is your guys'
it's
favorite
time.
part, so I'm gonna go get a drink.
It's time for the top 5 lists. I am Stuttering Craig, and this is Handsome Kyle.
What is going on? I leave the room, and this turns into madness. This isn't even a podcast.
Okay, alright. Woo! Okay, time for FrameLoss Top 5. This is where we go over top 5 of any the topic will be different each time, obviously, because having the same topic each time would mean one unique segment forever. This week's top 5 list is top 5 games with holiday themes, holiday things. As long as the video game has something about a holiday in it, it qualifies for this list. So
we're all in the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's to get.
I'm not.
What do you about your Santa hat?
To get Brandon the Grinch.
Do we want me to go first?
Into the Jingle Bell Rock.
Well, no, because we'll
no. I mean that means you can't even participate in the first 2.
I mean, that's fine.
No, the first 2 you can't participate.
Oh, so we're starting with like number 5.
Yeah, you go down. Yeah.
I don't know. You guys didn't tell me how this was working.
That's how all lists work. You don't start a top 5 list at number 1, Brandon.
No, but I thought like I was going to go through my 3 first.
When he came down the mountain with the 10 commandments, he started with 10.
No, he actually started with 1. First commandment. But those were the 10 commandments. Those weren't the top 10 commandments.
That's true.
Okay, so I'll start my.
Now, I just want to say, like, none of us know each other's list.
Yeah.
We don't discuss it. We just talk mad trash to each other.
So get ready for some bullshit. My number 5 holiday game is Tecmo Bowl.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Tecmo Bowl. Because
Wait, wasn't that like a DS game? It came out on DS, right?
the new Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
I'm talking about the original Tecmo Bowl for like the NES.
Okay.
Because you could play a game like that happened on Christmas if you decided. Like, if you wanted.
That is so reaching.
I mean, you said if it had a Christmas tree anywhere in the game.
You could play a game on Christmas.
Yeah, you just go through a season and then you have games that are during Christmas.
I like
during the Christmas time. So, and, you know, also Tecmo Bowl, best football game ever. So, that's my number 5.
My number 5 is kind of just my throwaway number 5. It's World of Warcraft or
Boo!
any modern MMO. They all have, like, holiday events now.
It's true.
And
Boo!
Alright, well, that's my number 5, 4, and 3 then.
It's your number
5, 4, and well, okay, so
Final Fantasy, and then World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
we'll do Final Fantasy, Rift, and then 3 is World of Warcraft.
Okay, all right.
was World of Warcraft your actual 3?
Yes.
Awful. Everyone should be ashamed.
I mean, you got the holiday spices, and then your bag just, like, they just plagued your whole bag, and it was just full of holiday
No sell price is the best thing to see in WoW. It's like, oh, I have all this stuff for the holiday. No sell price. Fuck. Just destroy it all.
You're not even doing the holiday stuff. You're like, how the fuck did this get in my bag?
Yeah. Who sent me this shit? Alright, my number 4 game, Banjo-Kazooie for the N64. They had that whole holiday-themed level with, like, Christmas trees and shit. It was awesome. Mostly because Banjo-Kazooie is one of the best platformers ever. So...
Stop opening your paper up.
Yeah, keep it open.
I tell you, I'll give you Banjo-Kazooie, and Tecmo Bowl is
Tecmo Bowl is awesome.
My number 4 is Snatcher for the Sega CD.
What?
The genius Hideo Kojima made this beautiful game, and there's a scene in... Well, the whole game takes place during Christmas.
Okay.
But there's a scene where you're meeting your informant in the Dark District.
That's racist.
The district that you don't want to be at. And he's wearing a full Santa suit. And there's jingle bells playing. Snatcher
That's
for the
amazing.
Sega CD.
Oh my god. Brandon's number 4 he said was Rift because he wanted to pick a bad MMO. So
I just want to pick AMO.
Well, you picked a bad one.
It's awesome. Fuck off.
Do they open a rift into the Christmas dimension?
Yeah. Reindeers come pouring out. Holiday lights everywhere.
Why didn't you should have picked Futurama? I'm sure the robot Santa's in the
There's a
Futurama
game?
game. Yeah. Oh, there's like 2 or 3. I think.
Really?
Yeah, they're awful. I mean,
Oh,
don't play
okay.
them. Don't. I'm not
Get
saying
my
play
hopes
'em.
up and then crush them like that.
That's all I
Oh,
do.
Man, you know what would be awesome? Futurama by Telltale.
Everything by Telltale.
I know. Like, everything you love just by Telltale.
Just make my life into a point-and-click game, please. All right, my number 3 game, Christmas Nights into Dreams.
God, that game was so
It was
bad.
Nights into Dreams, but Christmas.
How is that your
I've
number?
never heard of it.
You've never heard of Nights into Dreams?
Nope.
Nights into Dreams.
Nights into Dreams
is
was
the-
awesome.
Okay, it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Christmas one.
It was.
That
It was
should've
just
been
like
your
Nights.
number 5.
No, it was Nights.
Tecmo is better than.
I mean,
Christmas Nights
Tecmo.
into
I mean, I will agree that Tecmo Bowl is better than Christmas Nights into Dreams, but Christmas Nights into Dreams is more Christmassy than Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
I looked for Hanukkah games. I couldn't find any. I looked so hard.
My number 3 is Secret of Mana.
Oh, that's a good one.
You visit Santa in the Ice Palace.
Yep.
And then he turns into Ogre Santa. And you have to fight him. And it's one of the most frustrating bosses.
That is a good...
And there's reindeer, and...
You know, I'm realizing that I'm really screwed for these lists because I haven't played any games, like whatsoever, and I don't remember any of the games I played.
Oh, I mean, I didn't make this list from memory.
I
You just Googled?
No, I mean, I did research. Like, I was like, what games have Christmas things? And I went and played those games. I was like, okay, let me rank these. I
don't believe that shit. I call bullshit.
I left games off.
I call bullshit.
Well, I played games I hadn't played. Like, I played Christmas Nights into Dreams. Everything else on here I played. Christmas Nights into Dreams is the only one I haven't played.
Your number 3 is...
Wow. Remember, it was Final Fantasy Rift WoW.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're at
It was my bullshit list.
you're at World of Warcraft.
All right. My number 2 game, second most Christmassy or second best Christmassy holiday game, Shenmue, for the Sega Dreamcast.
I almost had that on my list.
I googled it and that was there, and I was like, I'm gonna put that down, even though I've never played
There
it.
you go.
And they would have been so pissed.
I would have flipped out.
I know.
I'm mostly just mad that you
I
haven't played it, though.
almost had that on my list, but I felt my list was better.
So, Shenmue, one of the best games of all time that they just refused to let me play more of. They couldn't want me to play none of it anymore. So,
yeah, they're never gonna finish it.
yeah, it's super disappointing, but it does have has a whole Christmas section in it. You get to move, you drive the forklift and you get to move stuff during Christmas, so that's my number 2.
My number 2, Parasite Eve for the PS1.
That game sucked.
That game, I like the Parasite Eve series way more than Resident Evil, and I wish that they would have never made that awful third birthday PSP reboot, because that was terrible. It had nothing to do with the Parasite Eve franchise. It was god-awful. But Parasite Eve, you went to Central Park on Christmas night, and then everyone was watching this nice concert, and then everyone in the concert, all of a sudden, their bodies started shaking and coagulating, and they turned into a bloody just pool. Like, the whole park was full of blood, and then you then you got to ride in a horse-drawn carriage and be chased by the boss. The whole game takes place during the week leading up to Christmas. Christmas fantastic.
My number 2 game is Borderlands 1, because there's a super hard to do, like, you have to follow like a super linear path to be able to get this weapon, but it's just called the Rider, and it's a BB gun. And
the Rider? I like that.
Reference to the Christmas Story, and it's a shit gun. It's absolutely terrible, and you have to do like the most ridiculous things to get it.
Now, when you use it, do you shoot your eye out?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it has flavor text that says you'll shoot your eye out.
Okay, awesome. I like that.
See, you got the spirit of the list.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just didn't have the content. That's all I didn't
I'm
have.
saving my number 1 for last because I love it
No,
so much.
No, you started.
Yeah,
you have
you
to go.
started.
No, because I have a song for
No,
it.
you can't change your...
Yeah.
Alright, okay, alright, fine. Alright, so then, my number 1 Christmas game of all time.
Why do you have a song?
That's right, folks, my number 1 Christmas game of all time is WWE 13, featuring the Attitude Era mode, where you can go through the best moments of the Attitude Era, which do include Stone Cold Steve Austin giving the Stone Cold Stunner to Santa Claus. The best way to celebrate Christmas is by giving your finishing move to Jolly St. Nick. No one has captured the spirit of Christmas better than WWE 13.
I hate this.
I have a question.
Best in the world!
Did you have that as your number 1 the second?
Oh, yeah!
I suggested...
Kyle, instant. Couldn't have been my number 1 any faster.
That's terrible.
I have been excited for 2 weeks to tell everyone about this.
Alright, Kyle.
My number 1, Clay Fighter. Bad Mr. Frosty, and he fought in his frosty fort. He had candy canes everywhere. Mr. Frosty was
Was this Clay Fighter, or was this Clay Fighter 63 and a third?
No, this was Clay Fighter.
Okay, alright.
63 and a third.
Honorable mention then,
That's
the
the
63 and a third, which was the sequel on the
Yeah.
N64.
That's weird.
Well, they called it 63 and a third to make fun of the fact that all the games were blank 64.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Bad Mr. Frosty.
My number 1 game is PlanetSide 1. During the holidays, every holiday, they would put on everybody's character a Christmas hat. So you just have these massive battles with hundreds of people shooting and killing each other. Everybody has Christmas hats. Doesn't matter where you're trying to hide, because your red head is sticking out with your fucking Christmas hat.
Amazing.
And it was awesome.
That's the best.
Yep, it was the best.
That's the third best number 1 in the room.
I would say it's the number 1.
My number 1 is the number 1 in the room.
Garbage.
Mine's the
Mr.
best
Frosty
in the
is
room.
the best.
My list was the CM Punk of top 5 lists.
Leave comments on the video for what you think was the best.
You can all vindicate my choices. I will appreciate it.
Alright, so I think we're about closing it out. We have one last thing to go through.
Yeah, we have
the Knack review.
Yep, I recently played Knack. I'm just going to fly through this review. It's not, like, huge.
We wanted to get a review for anyone considering trying to buy a single game. Yeah.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
Wanted to get
and
a
then
review.
Kyle also, because Kyle did it.
No, Kyle did it because you kept bitching about it.
Yeah, because we should have a review for a game so people know what to ask for Christmas.
And
which of the two viable PS4 games to pick?
Which was the other one?
Need for Speed.
No, we reviewed Resogun. We didn't review
That's free. You don't need to ask for Resogun.
Yeah, that's free. That's worth the PS4 all just by itself.
Yeah, that's why you asked.
We already covered that.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys need Resogun reviews, head on back an episode.
Was that our first episode?
Nope.
No, it was their second.
PS4 wasn't out our first episode.
Yep.
Duh.
We're only three episodes deep, and you don't even remember the order of the episode.
No! This is why I'm bad at top 5 lists!
So, let's just jump right in here. So, story, you play as Knack, the next asset to be used against this goblin race led by Gundahar.
Nice.
The professor of the game, who's only referred to either as the professor or doctor, like he doesn't have a name, he made Knack out of ancient relics that are found in the world, and then he gave them consciousness, and then, so he builds this just thing out of blocks, makes it, it's very Pinocchio, brings it to life, and then uses, like, immediately is like, you're gonna kill all the goblins.
I do remember that part of Pinocchio.
Yeah, there were a lot of goblins.
Yeah.
So then, in the whole, like, competing for, like, my toys are better than yours, there's the quintessential villain, Victor, and his assistant, Katrina.
Victor with a K.
Yeah, Victor with a K.
That's important.
And his
it makes
assistant,
it more
Katrina, who work for this company that they're making robots to fight the goblins. So they don't want, like, you stepping on their territory.
They don't want everybody fighting the goblins.
Yeah.
They can fight the goblins.
Well, they want the money for the contract to kill the goblins, I guess.
Oh, it's... So this game happens in, like, modern-day America.
Very, very early in the game, it's really clear, like, that Victor's gonna be the bad guy. And he just wants to steal Knack and have Knack for himself and use him to power all his robot weapons.
This game is the best.
It's a really predictable story. Nothing's, like, too shocking about it. There are some twists, but, like, you're not gonna... You see them coming, but you're not like, oh, well, they ruined... Like, it's just too simplistic. It's like a Pixar movie. Like, you go into Toy Story, you're like, I wonder if the toys are gonna make it through this. Like, you know how it's gonna turn out, so, like, it's there. I thought the story was decent enough. It kept me entertained. I gave story a 7. We'll jump into gameplay. The game's hard. Even though the story is very Pixar, Toy Story-esque, the game is not
it's
for
like
little kids.
Ghosts and Goblins level, like...
That's interesting.
It's
super
super
they definitely
difficult.
looked like it was like advertised towards a more younger market.
Yeah, it does. I would say it's... Every enemy kills you in 1 to 2 hits, depending on how big your Knack is.
Awesome.
You got a tiny Knack, then.
Hey, you're completely screwed.
Yeah.
You got a big Knack? You're in good.
So there's very little room for error in the fighting of it, because enemies will just kill you. Like, if you miss a swing and an enemy hits you, you're basically dead. And that's on normal difficulty.
Yeah.
I didn't even play the harder difficulty.
How does it
yet.
get harder than that? Is it like, you go near an enemy? Yeah.
You have to play it all stealth.
Yeah, like, I don't understand how that could be normal. It's like, well, it's harder than one to do it. It's
You don't
like, well, he
lose-
starts to attack.
You don't lose a lot of, like, progress when you die. Like, you basically go back, like, a section, like, of the level. Like, so, like, let's say you run through, like, 3, like, rooms.
Yeah.
And then you die. Like, you go back to that spot where you first entered the room. But it's not, like, super far back that you're like, oh my god, I have to do all this over again.
Okay.
And you earn power-ups as, like, you're killing crystals. And those save. So, like, if you break all these crystals and you've got, like, 4 powers stored,
Yeah.
when you die, you don't go back to where you had 0. Like, you retain all your powers.
Okay.
So even if you're just massively dying, just nonstop, you can store up enough powers that you can just be like, well, screw it, and just power your way through the part you're having a problem with.
Alright, that's pretty good.
Fighting is very basic. Square, 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 square. Just hit square. That's his attacks. You can dash punch. It's not I never found a real reason to use it until the last boss.
Spoiler alert, dude.
Yeah, there's a last boss? What the hell?
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of bosses. Then you also have a jump and then like dash attack in the air that you like slam down on an enemy. Then you have your 3 special powers, which are tornado, like you shoot all your
Knack pieces.
At them, and then like a power slam shockwave move. I didn't use, besides the tutorial, I never used a single power besides the tornado.
Hey, this is why the game was so hard. You
No,
didn't use all the
you're not
shit.
using the powers, Kyle.
The tornado. No, I used the tornado.
That ground
All
pound
the
sounds
time.
dope.
The tornado kills everything. You just walk. You don't hit it. You hit the tornado. All your pieces spin crazy around you for a decent amount of time, and it's just an AOE. You just walk around into enemies. The power slam, you need them all like near you. And,
Oh, okay.
But the tornado was baller, and it's really the only power I felt you needed in the game. Platforming's super clunky. You don't jump high, and then you definitely don't jump. Your double jump is maybe a third, if that, of your original jump. So it's just like a little like, oh, okay. Like I got, like if you jumped and then tucked your legs, that's
your
the double jump.
Nice.
It's not like super troublesome, but there are parts where you'll go to jump onto something and you'll have to do it a couple times because you're like, what the hell? Like, just jump.
Get on there.
Because you have to double jump like at the very like peak of your jump, so it gets kind of frustrating. And Knack moves stupid slow when he's like full big giant Knack.
How does he get there?
You get big by collecting pieces, like you collect artifacts in the world. Like
Does he stay big between levels, or does he reset every level?
Deposit his pieces.
Well, it depends on like where the story was. Like, there's reasons why he gets smaller and gets bigger.
Oh, okay. That's
like,
dumb.
For Knack to go stealth, you have to collect all these crystal fragments, and like that way you can walk through tripwires and stuff.
Yeah.
But you only have enough of them when you're like super tiny Knack.
Okay.
So like you have to give up all your artifacts to go be stealthy and stuff. There's reasons why he gets big and small.
All right.
It's not.
I wasn't
just
sure if like you were like halfway
Yeah.
through the game, you're just always big Knack and like
No.
just move super slow.
Yeah, you collect all
No,
your Knack pieces.
it varies.
It's like, okay, John.
It varies a lot, and the pieces you collect vary too. Like you'll collect like, we'll get into that in graphics, but you can collect like full ice crystals where you just ice Knack, and if you walk out into the sun, you start getting smaller because the ice is melting. Like it shows your bar like just going down.
Did Ubisoft make this?
Snowdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gameplay isn't anything to like jump up and down about. I gave gameplay 6.5. It's super basic, but it's not like hindering like anything. Sound I really liked. The voice actors were all really good. There's nothing cheesy about it. Nothing felt out of place. I felt like all the people talking like did a really good job with it. The sound effects are awesome. When you hear, like when you collect artifacts, that all comes through the controller.
Yep.
So like you'll walk over something and all of a sudden the controller will be like, like and you hear that, and it sounds really cool and like it lets like it's got like a feedback to it. Like
So what's better then, collecting pieces in Knack and hearing it through your controller, or getting a phone call in No More Heroes?
phone call is still number one.
Nobody's topped it yet.
All right.
CJ, but keep asking.
This is I want to
Somebody's gonna
know.
have to top it.
Yeah.
Right now, I really like what they're doing with the controller speakers. Like, it's just really subtle things
Right.
that just, when it happens, you're like, oh, that sounds really cool. Every time you collect stuff in Knack, like, you're just like, that sounded awesome.
I hope in Gran Turismo 7, I guess will be the first one for the PS4, that the like engine revving comes out of the...
For the Spitfire.
That would be
and-
so...
It's like,
So sound I gave an 8. Graphics, they're not really next gen, but they are super nice. Like when you get you get wood pieces, like you'll like break a thing of wood, and Knack will collect all the wood, and he'll just be this giant mass of like logs. It looks
Sounds
really
dangerous.
It looks really cool, but then a goblin will shoot like a flaming arrow at you, and your whole body's just encased in like just flames, and like the ice melting, like it shows your wood depleting. So you start getting smaller, so you have to collect more wood to like keep it going, because you can't just douse the flames.
why doesn't he get something that isn't made of wood?
That's a really good point.
Like, why wouldn't he get ice?
I like that
at
critical
point?
thinking.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm burning. I better get more kindling.
Well, because he wasn't in a cave, like he didn't have ice at the ready.
I mean, get anything. Get anything else.
Yeah,
I mean, the only
Wood's
thing-
the worst option at that point.
The only thing in the area was wood.
he's in the forest, dude.
No, he's in a castle.
Why doesn't he use stone?
Yeah, I was just stone everywhere.
Because you can't break the castle. That's someone's house.
But he's gonna break their wooden furniture.
Yeah, he's gonna just shatter.
No, you don't break. No, there's just there's giant furnaces.
Is he gonna break the furnace?
No, he doesn't break them.
What's
he
the
just sucks
furnace
the wood out of
What's
them.
the furnace made of?
So now they're gonna be freezing to death.
Yeah.
No, there's
That's a jerk.
There's piles of wood everywhere.
I mean, yeah, that's people's wood that they use for the furnaces.
Well, they're also being a jerk and shooting arrows at them.
Right, so then why doesn't he destroy their house?
Because someone else could move in there.
No one's
gonna
gonna live in a goblin castle, Kyle.
That's ridiculous.
You're being an idiot.
Everything looks really smooth and Pixar-like. Like, I like the graphics a lot. Like, when Knack gets, like, massive, and then stuff hits him, and, like, pieces break off, it looks really cool. I gave graphics an 8. So now we're on fun. Finding the collectibles is probably the most fun in the game. There's secret rooms everywhere, and, like, you'll just be standing there and you'll punch a wall, and all of a sudden, like, it'll crack, and you break it more, and, like, it goes down, and there's, like, a treasure chest in there.
So you can punch through walls.
Some walls that are meant to be punched through.
This game.
I bet you he punched some walls in that goblin castle. I bet you.
I would wager anything.
Well, all the walls that you can punch are already damaged.
So as long as it's already kind of broken, you can
You just
ruin
break
it
it more,
forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, you're breaking it so they can come and fix it. Like, they rebuild.
Moving on. Because Kyle is so flustered he doesn't even have an argument anymore.
So you find the secret rooms with treasure chests in them, and they have things that are like pieces to new tech, where like some of the new tech will be like a little radar will appear if secret rooms are in the area. That's super helpful to find as fast as you can, because some of the secret rooms are really hard. There are levels where the secret room's invisible, and you have to just like walk through the wall to get to it.
Not annoying at all, right?
It's just the dumbest. Like, how should we like put hints to this? Or don't put hints. Like, well, how are they gonna find it?
You got to get
Not my problem.
You get that power up. And what's really cool is that, like, let's say you play the game, and the first like 3 levels, like you find all the treasure chests in it. Then I play the game, I find a treasure chest that you also have found. It'll show me like on the list like what you found and what I found, because it's random what's in it. Every treasure chest has random things in it.
Yep.
It shows what you found and what I found, and then I can pick which one I want. So like if you found a piece that I don't have, and I'm like 1 away from like finishing something, I'd be like, oh, well, he found that there. I can just take that, and then that'll complete
That's
my
kind
thing.
of a cool social.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that a lot.
Can you share it on Facebook after you do that?
Possibly.
I think that's a no.
Damn
But
it.
it's like some of the pieces are like super rare. So like right off the bat when I was playing, one of my friends on my friends list found like a level 5 rare thing in like the first chest. So I instantly just snagged that because I was like, sweet.
Nice.
I really like that aspect of it. It made collecting things a lot more fun because it's like, oh, I want to see like what all these people found. And getting towards the end of the game, I noticed no one on my friends list had like gotten that far because no chests had like someone else found this.
That sucks.
There are also in those chests. There's also pieces for like new Knacks. You can get like Vampire Knack, which will have like he does way more damage, but he's constantly losing life. But every time you kill a guy, you get life back. So you got to be quick. Like it's just little like neat things to play with.
Like modifiers almost.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's like Diamond Knack, Emerald Knack, Aqua Knack. Like there's a ton of
that's cool.
different Knacks to collect. Fun Cycle, I gave it 9. I really enjoyed the game a lot. Overall, like if you have a PS4 and you're just clamoring for a game to play, Knack's a lot of fun. It may not define like this generation. It may feel kiddie, but it's super hard, and it's not for your toddler. Don't buy this for your 10. Don't buy this for your 20-year-old.
Leave them with Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Yes.
Call of Duty is way easier than Knack.
If you're looking for an easy game for your kids, Call of Duty is the way to go.
You heard it here.
But
Or Battlefield if you don't want them to
I
be
thought the
exposed to
game
violence.
was
'cause they can't
definitely
play it.
like a breath of fresh air, like in this like sea of FPSs and sports games for the new release window. I thought it was really nice. I don't think I would pay $60 for it. It's like
what would you pay for it?
I'd say this is like a $40 game.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's really good, but like once you collect everything, like you're not going to go back and play it. Like,
Yeah.
There's no multiplayer. There's no. I don't think there's co-op. There's challenge missions, but other than that, like you're not. And most people aren't going to do the collecting, so you're going to beat it once. It's about 8 to 12 hours long, depending on how long it takes you to get through it. I gave it a 7.7 out of 10.
7.7 out of 10.
It's good.
All right.
Cool.
I think that about wraps it up.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, it's episode 3.
Yeah.
All right.
We did it. Number 3.
Next week.
Next week?
Not next week. 2 weeks from now.
Next episode.
Next episode are...
It's the FrameLoss Christmas Bonanza, right?
Well, it's a FrameLoss 2014 Bonanza.
It's a very merry FrameLoss end of year.
Oh, okay, it's going to be our end of year episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the last episode of the
I assume
year.
we'll be giving out awards and celebrating this year in gaming. And
Who are the nominees? What are the awards?
Best
podcast?
Best elevator in a
The
video
nominee is FrameLoss?
Yes!
Best
correct.
elevator in a video game.
Best
I'm trying to think of other games that have elevators.
elevator action.
Oh, there you go. Okay, elevator action. All right, so fuck Kyle.
Yep.
Elevator action and Mass Effect. Those are
To
the
be-
2 nominees.
Best game Kyle was wrong about this year. Worst game Kyle liked. And we'll probably do we will do predictions for
Yes.
the upcoming year in gaming as well.
That's going to be... We are doing our 5 predictions for the next year.
Alright, yeah,
It'll
cool.
be interesting to see.
Can I do 3?
No.
Okay, well, this is what I can just make stuff up for, so
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Use your creative Santa noggin.
I already have 2.
Jingle those bells, Brandon.
I'm doing it.
Alright, for Kyle and Brandon, I'm CJ for FrameLoss. Have a good night, everybody.